So I don't look down. Every single one of you.
I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich.
I can't even see you because I don't look down.
I'm not leaving. The show goes on. This is my home. They're gonna need a wrecking ball to take me out of here.
Don't look down.
Good timing, everybody, whether it's morning, evening, or in between, wherever you are in the world today. Welcome to unRekt Traders. Before we begin, please hit the like and subscribe and join us to share ideas, strategies, and learn together to make better trades. This is not financial advice, nor am I a financial advisor. This is strictly my thoughts and ideas, so let's get that crypto. All right, we're going to start taking a look at Bitcoin. Just a quick glance today, and then we're going to go into the Discord and do a question and answers on whatever you guys want to look at. So I'm going to start up at the monthly again, work my way down. So more or less on the monthly, we do have a target of the 20,700, support 31,500. And then we have a resistance level of, let's say, 43,500. Coming down into the weekly. Coming down in the weekly, we have two targets. The first one being the 35,700. There is support at 37,060. And then resistance just above us here. Also the 50. Of 44,800. The lower target, which won't be hit for, I don't think, for a little while, but it is at 21,400. And I'm going to go into this a little bit later on through the Nexus, but it is a naked yearly. And I think tomorrow I'll go into that and talk about the naked yearly and how it reflects into this possible target of 21,400 on the weekly. Going into the daily, we have a target of 42,200. Get rid of these question marks on this one. And we have resistance up at 44,750 and support at 39,500. The 10 on the quasi is kind of borderline of coming back down. So I did put possible target with question marks on the 10 here. It's at 40,780. The reason you might as well, let's just say it's 40,800. The reason why I put the question marks on it, it's just because it hasn't fully come out and it hasn't come back down into the range here. So, you know, this could actually stay above here, begin to trend, and then push us up higher. So it is, you know, on the one slip here on the daily, it has cooled off quite nicely. The 100 is getting real tight, and the 50 and 20 are coming down into this blue area here. So once the 20 does come down and cools off, depending on which way this quasi is weighted to, is the direction we're going to see in the move. And I do think a big move is coming here pretty soon. Things are, just because we've been going, you know, we've been consolidating for quite some time now. It's been an upward consolidation, but you know, more or less it is sideways. And I do think, you know, Bollinger Bands have been tightening. They've been cooling off. They've been constricting. And I do think we're going to see a nice big move coming soon. Coming down into the 4 hour. Coming down into the 4 hour, we have, let's quickly move a couple of these. Make that white. So coming down into the 4 hour, we do have a couple of targets. One's in either direction, but the ultimate target is the 43,200 on the 200. We can see that the 200 did come up into this range here. We've already hit the 100. So when the 100 and 200 pretty much came in at the same time. So we have hit the 200 or the 100 already. We dropped down a little bit because we were, kind of expanding a little too much, getting away from the 20s. And but the ultimate target on the 200 would be the 43,200. We do have resistance at the 100 and the top of the 20 Bollinger Band at 41,800. And we are kind of somewhat finding support right now off of the top of the 50 Bollinger Band, and that's at 41,400. So more or less, the 50 is trending, and it'll continue to ride the top of that 50 until this quasi 50 can come down into the range. Once it does come into the range, then this would be the target of 40,000. Let's say 40,750, and then the 20 is going to continue to rise up every 4 hours. So we could push up and then just kind of come down and just quickly grab that 20 and continue up to the possible target up here. Worst case scenario, the 50 collapses, we drop down, we come down to support at the 40,100, and then we find our way back up. Coming down into the 1 hour. So coming down into the 1 hour, we have more or less just one target still, and that would be here at the 40,600. And again, we're basically riding the top of the 200 right now. It's actually support, not resistance. I'll fix that there. So, it is riding the top of this right now. It did start to come down, but the 10 and the 20 pushed it back up and out. So basically, we're riding the 200, and the 200 is in a trend. The 100's about to break here as well. So we could see a nice little run up here, as long as all these stay above that 200, and then once everything starts to kind of come back down, then we could see the return back to this possible target of 40,633. But as of right now, we are trending along that 200. If we can break out of that 100, then we could see a little bit more move. This might remain as the resistance, and then from there the 10 would come out a little bit more on the quasi, come up to the top of that 100, possibly the 50, and then come back down, and then we'd see the return through the 200 and then into the possible target. Typically when we first enter into a range after being outside of it for a little bit, and the 10 is down here below, it will push us out for a little bit, for kind of a little retest of these resistance zones, probably up to the 50, and then back down. So that's the update for Bitcoin today. I want to keep this short as possible, and going to go into the Discord now and answer any questions that you guys have. And so we'll see you in there, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for joining, and have a good day.